this video, we're going to practice some balances and some complex work for beam. Now, this doesn't mean you need a beam. If you do happen to have one at home, please use it. However, you can use any line that you can find around the home, out in your backyard. For example, you can find some brickwork line on the floor or some tile line outside. Tiles in your home or floorboards in your home you could use. If you're allowed to put some masking tape down on the floor, you can also do that to make a line like a beam. I'm going to use my beam mat that we have here. However, feel free to use anything that keeps you in a straight line. And we're going to work some balances and some complexes to work on our strength throughout our body and our tight shapes. So we're going to start with some simple holds. Now these can be done by anyone. Good for our lower levels as well as our higher levels as well in our recreational gymnasts for strengthening and balancing. So we're going to start with something simple. We're going to do our passe hold. So with our passe hold, we want to point our toe next to our other knee. We're going to make sure your knee is in line with your hip. You want to have a strong posture, keeping your arms wherever your coach usually asks you to put them. So I'm going to put mine in a low crown. So we're going to stand facing forwards. Make sure your foot's going down the beam. Arms back behind you in a low crown or wherever you like to put them. And then lift your foot up and hold it next to your knee nice and strong. We make sure our bottom leg is locked tight and we are squeezing our shoulder blades together. Keep it nice and high. Now you can just hold this if you'd like, or if you'd like to make it a little bit harder, you can rise up onto your foot and down. So we're doing releve rises with our bottom foot. You need to make sure you're squeezing your core so that you don't fall over when you're doing these ones. To make that even harder, you can rise up into releve and try and hold a passe releve. Whoop. If you get the wobbles, that's okay. Just put your foot down and reset yourself. So we're going to try our passe releve hold. You can lift up whoop, and down again. See how long you can hold that one for. Make sure that anything you do on one leg, you then repeat it on the other leg. So we're going to do our releve passe hold, on the other leg as well. Whew. Now a second hold that you can do, and this is a good one for our ALP2 gymnasts, but a good one for everyone to hold, is our arabesque hold. So this is another one that's on one foot, and we want to make a nice long T shape, like our handstand lunge, in the middle of it. So you want to start up tall. Your arms can either go here or out to the side. Some can put them back as well. It's up to you or your coach, whoever you've been taught. You want to stand on your support foot. Ooh, get your balance first. Lift your arms up. I'm going to put mine out to the side. We're going to lean forwards. Now you can either bend your support leg or keep it straight. And you want to hold this or here, nice and long. Maybe count to 8, and then you can lift it up nice and controlled to finish. Make sure you try it on both legs. It might be a little bit harder on the other leg. We want to strengthen both legs as we go. Next one is our releve hold. So if you're on your line, you want to put one foot a little bit in front of the other. I like to have the heel of my front foot next to the toe of my back foot, the big toe. I want to keep my shoulder blades back, my arms down in a low crown. Now I'm going to go up my body and make sure that everything from bottom to top is nice and squeezed. So you want to start from the bottom before we even lift up into releve. We want to squeeze our knees nice and tight. Make sure these muscles are working. Make sure we're squeezing our bottom, our bellies, our shoulders are back, our arms are straight, our fingers are nice, and we're lifting our cheeks. So from here, we're nice and tight. We're just going to rise up onto our toes and hold. Ooh. All right. When you're doing your releve, you want to make sure that you're not rolling your ankles out to the side. You want to keep your ankles pushed in, close to each other, so you're pushing your weight towards your big toe. So you want to rise up, and we can hold this one. All right, to make this a little bit harder, we can do some heel raises. So you can lower your heel down and lift back up again, like a calf raise. Now, if you want to make these harder, you can make them really quick. Drop your heels, lift back up. Drop your heels, lift back up. And to keep that strong, you want to keep your shoulders back and your belly tight so you don't fall. To add to that, we can bend our knees and do a bent knee releve hold. Now when we do this, you're likely to fall down through your releve so that you're not pushing up as high as you can. Make sure you put your high heels on and go up as high as you can on your feet. So we come up nice and high Make sure our ankles are pushed in. Then we bend our knees and push up through our full ankle extension and hold this. Now we can do our calf raises again with these ones, and we can do our quick ones. And when you're done here, rise up for a straight leg releve again. From here, you can practice your releve half turns. So we're going to do a quick turn, squeezing throughout our whole body. Doesn't matter if you get a little bit wobbly, but you want to make sure that you get from one side to the other, pulling up nice and tall through your body, so you face the complete opposite direction. And we can do these slowly to control, or to make it harder, we can do them quick. And you've got to squeeze your body. I don't have my balancing legs on today. We can also do our turns in our bent knee releve hold. These can get hard. And to make them even harder, you can go all the way down into a squat, still keeping your full releve, so pushing your ankles as far forward as they'll go. And you can try your turn in this position. Now, if you're on a carpeted floor, you can put socks on to make this a little bit easier. Just make sure that whatever you're turning on allows for your feet to turn around without causing too much friction. Our next activity is a leg and toe squeezer. So we're going to practice some points and flexes with our feet, with straight legs as we go. So we're going to start with our foot pointed in front of us, arms pushed back. You're going to lift your foot off the floor, and I usually do this to counts of 8. So you're going to lift your foot off the floor, then you're going to flex it, point it, rise into releve, hold that for 3 counts, drop the heel of your back foot, and swap to the other foot. So we're going to do some of these to counts of 8, and you can do them with me. We might do 2 counts of 8, showing both legs. So we're going to start here. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now when you do that one, you can go through it a few times, making sure that your legs are really straight and you're pushing your foot through its full range of movement from a point up through a flex. Alrighty, so I think that's all we'll do for now for our holds and complexes. Thank you for watching.